So I'm the senior producer working for 2142 at the DICE Stockholm office. A senior producer is really responsible for the vision and, of course, to finish the game in time and make it as good as you guys want it when it comes out. So the fiction behind 2142 is that we have this ice age, which is basically assaulting the world. Really rapidly is moving from the north, pushing people down in Europe, down to Mediterranean, and further down towards Africa. As they do that, obviously people have to move. They're being pushed together into smaller and smaller areas, and when they do that, they start to fight. We see coalitions being made up. We have the EU coalition fight the Pan-Asian coalition. And they fight this really conventional war 140 years into the future with the kind of a tech touch to it. We do not have lasers. We do not have plasma guns. This is not Star Trek. This is Battlefield 2142 in the Battlefield way. So the battles in 2142 takes place basically from Northern Europe down to Mediterranean and Northern Africa. What that means is that you'll play both levels covered with snow, and you will play levels where you actually interact with the whole ice wall coming in, pushing buildings, as well as you actually play levels which kind of have that warm, sunny feeling, even though we're going to make it quite clear that it's much, much colder in those areas as well. The two coalitions are going to be on the same locations, trying to kind of mimic a flow of how one army is pushing the other army as the battle just continues. When making a game like 2142, obviously you put into the future, you need a few key things. You need a strong art director, because you want to create the kind of how the believable world looks. You also need a strong visionary behind the gameplay. When it comes to what source of information to create that vision, you basically look at every movie that's ever been done about the future. You play every game that's been out there, both kind of from current day and into the future. You basically collect feedback from everywhere to put into that world. But when it comes to believable, we need to make sure that the people playing our games right now also stay with our franchise in the future. So we need to keep it believable in the sense that we know what they like. So, for instance, we have no laser guns, we have no plasma guns. We have conventional warfare with a tech twist to it. You can see a lot of new equipment and advanced weapon systems in 2142. Some really neat things are the active camouflage, where you basically go invisible for a short period of time. Another one is the gun drone floating above your head, covering your back, kind of becoming that best friend for a while. There's a lot of things in hand for you guys. Titan game mode is a very easy game mode to understand. There are two Titans in the world. One belongs to one team, the other one belongs to the other team. And the objective is to take the other team's Titan out. Not only do you need to go offensively to do that, you need to go into defense mode to protect your own Titan, as well as there are key positions on the ground, which is really lethal to your Titan, which you need to defend and attack. So there's a ton of depth to the experience as well. So Titan mode, the brand new game mode in 2142, is interesting because it takes the gameplay to a whole new level. It's vertical. You need to get up to kind of execute the final touch in the game mode. To blow up the Titan, you need to get up on it and get inside the main core of it and blow up the Titan. And as you do that, you will have the most amazing moments, because you fly up there with airships. You can go up there with drop pods, or you could simply just hide on it and shoot people as they run by. There's very much depth to it and really, really great moments as you experience it. The pod is basically a system that we invented just to initially get up on the Titan, hanging up in the air. What we can see after using it in playtests here in the office is that people use them for everything. To get up on high buildings, just to eject from the vehicle as it's being under fire. And as you do that, when you blow yourself up in the air, you can also descend. You can somehow control the descent, and you can land upon other vehicles, put explosives on them, and jump off them. It kind of opens up for a whole new level of how you can play the game, because you can come now as a person from above. And it's really interesting. We see great things happen in the office when we play test it. We have 5 times the persistence in 2142 as compared to what we had in BF2, simply because of learnings from BF2. We could see that it kept people playing, and rewarding them was really something they liked with the game. So we're trying to do that in a much bigger sense. We give people now new weapons. We give them new abilities, i.e. you can run faster, you get more armor. We also give them rewards for things they do in the world. We give them pins for blowing up the Titan. We give them medals and badges, and it's not about getting things for everything you do, but it's always to have something around the corner that you could fight for. So new for 2142 is that you equip your soldier. You get basic equipment, and then you drag and drop in the customization screen all the items that you want to bring to the battlefield. As you play, you can now win unlocks in real time as you play the game. It means that next time you go out to the spawn screen, you will have new equipment that was not available to you when you started playing it, available to you. So it effectively means that you could change the way you play the game throughout the game. With all the unlocks we have in the game, you're going to have more than 1,500 ways of customizing your soldier. So there's a pretty big chance that you'll get the kit selection right as you go in. One of the great surprises with BF2 was the commander mode. For 2142, we want to build upon that, and we also want to make it even more accessible. We worked with the interface. It's easier now to order your troops around. Some of the new features is, one, Titan mode. You're controlling the Titan. You're moving it around, making choices where to go, what to defend, what to attack. We have features like the orbital bombardment. We have the orbital strike, which is more or less targeting one individual vehicle on the battlefield. All in all, the commander is made even more interesting and just broader, so more people can play him. 'The balance in Battlefield could pretty much be captured in the rock, paper, scissors metaphor. If you can eat someone, you can always be eaten. You're never stronger than anyone else. And the vehicles fit into that. Some vehicles might be stronger, but then there are very creative ways of taking them out. So you can take everything out. You're never without a chance on the battlefield, really. The way we get to that balance is just simply we play the game a lot, over and over again, day after day. The whole development team plays the game, and that's how we reach the balance. 2142 builds on the same core values. It's rock, paper, scissors, i.e. balance. It's the sandbox experience. We put all the toys in the sandbox, and you play the game. What 2142 does is really bringing that fresh spark to it. A lot of things that not necessarily are real in life, we can invent and put it out there and put them in a really interesting context just to add to that balance in the rock, paper, scissors. So I think taking the step into the future is taking the franchise in a direction where we can build so much more on top of it, make it an even more interesting experience, and taking the gameplay really to a whole new level.